Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hotline Classic Remastered, and this time we'll take a look at the 1995 Toyota Soarer 2.5 GTT. This is our fourth and final Soarer of the bunch, well, if you count the Lexus SC400, which I do. And I'll be honest, out of all of the cars that we're sort of going to be finishing off upcoming soon, I think there's none that I'm happier to see the back of than the Soarers. These are not good cars to drive. There's nothing really, like, good about them. You know, they don't drive particularly well, they don't look particularly good, the race mod's bad. There's no really redeeming qualities of these vehicles, which is a shame, because I don't completely hate this car. Like, in reality, it's not the worst looking thing in the world. The interiors of them are very nice, sort of pointed to a high standard. You've got a digital display in certain versions of them, but yeah, as far as the Hot Lab Classic goes, it doesn't really have a use for these vehicles. This one is the one that you can find in the used dealer. The 3-litre GT is the one with the big 2J engine, or 1J, I don't remember which way around it is. But either way, that one can get mad power. The VVTi cannot. I actually think this one is slightly more powerful than the VVTi. And then there's the SC400, which has the big V8. And while Lexuses with that big V8 were very quick, it wasn't when it was put into a Soarer body shell. So, yeah, don't expect much here. Front engine rear-wheel drive, 424 horsepower, 1,397 kilos. Not good statistics. I mean, the power figure's okay, but that weight figure's not so okay, especially when it's going to the rear wheels. But nevertheless, we are here with the very loud turbo blow-offy noise that this car makes, which is kind of cool, I guess. Anyways, the Soarer GTT is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track and on set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak version. That car set a time of 25.696. The Soarer ain't beating that. In terms of where this is going to go, well, I'll give you the rundown of Soarers. The quickest was the 3-litre GT, which, if I recall, made something ridiculous, like 700 horsepower, and basically go around through brute force and ignorance. There was the SC400, which at the time of 31.5, and as mentioned, even that big V8, which has been so good in the GS400, was not so good in the SC400. And then there is the VVTi, which set a time of like a 31.9, I think. So, not in a particularly good spot here. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention about Soarers, the other reason I don't like these, they've got big lazy automatics in them. Now, admittedly, this is a 5, but which is better than most, because I think for the most part these are 4 speeds. But yeah. It still don't make it that much better. Unless this is no, surely not. I think these must have been 6-speed manuals, sure. And I swear there were manual Soarers at some point. I don't know if they made them in any sort of numbers, but there must have been manual Soarers, you'd think. I mean, these are just Supras. Which is sort of the joke with them, is if you want Supra these days, just buy a SC300, because you've got what is essentially a Supra. Problem is, a lot of people have already figured that one out. So, spinning away a lot of its power here. I actually thought for a brief second that this was going to be quite quick, because it didn't handle too badly on the first laps. And I sort of saw the lap time come in and then remembered, yeah. Not only are they sort of not particularly great to drive, they also are slower than they feel, which is an interesting case. We've got one more lap to try and get a little bit more out of it. Come on, Soarer, don't leave on such a low note. You can at least beat the VVTi model, at least, surely. No point of short shifting because it doesn't help. No. No, it cannot. That is where it's gonna go. Yeah, not great. It does have to be said. Not great, not good, not great, not anything really. I have very little emotions on that one way or another. Worst bit is Sector 2 was quick, even though it had that sort of like rear end snap, which seemingly halted all momentum. But I mean, according to that, that was still one of the quickest Sector 3s we did in it. So, I mean, there's a little bit of time in it, but my god, it's not fun to drive. It's just not good. It's just not good. Yeah, just not a lot to say about it. It's a poor car that has finished poorly, which is sort of what I expected. A 31.975 will place this in to 471st place. Goes in between the Mitsubishi Mirage Cyborg and the Nissan Silvia Qs. It is slightly quicker than the Nissan Pulsar, which is a huge disservice to the Nissan Pulsar, and a bunch of Del Sols and the Mirages and stuff like that. Quicker than an MGF. I mean, it's slower than a BMW 840 Ci, which is a terrible vehicle. It's the slowest Soarer. Again, it is a bit annoying because I think that could go a little bit quicker. I think if you could get everything worked out in this, there might even be 0.2 in that, but I just don't think it's gonna go that much quicker than it has done. It's slower than the Unos Cosmoses as well, which are bloody awful vehicles. So yeah, bit of a sad end to a not particularly legendary legacy of the Hot Lap Classic. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I will be driving something better. Until then, farewell.